Baccarat Rouge 540 is one of the most luxurious perfumes currently on the market, and it's also one of the most expensive, since a lot of the bottles go for $300 if not more. But what is so special about this perfume? I have a small sample, a very small sample right here, of the infamous Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Francis Kurkdjian, which is yet another very important name in the world of perfumes, especially French perfumes. The thing about this perfume is that a lot of people have a condition towards it known as anosmia, meaning you can't smell it. And I, at least once, have also experienced this, which, as you can imagine, creates a bit of a challenge when reviewing a perfume like this. I've only tried this once before, so I'm hoping this next time that I try it, I will actually be able to smell it. So let's open it. It has one of these nice little droppers. So, from the bottle, because last time when I tried it, I was able to smell it from the bottle, but not off of my skin. So, from the bottle, it's woody yet sweet. The top notes are saffron and jasmine. The middle notes are amberwood and ambergris, or ambergris, meaning gray amber. And the base notes are fir resin and cedar. So lots of woodiness and lots of mainly musky notes, but I imagine the sweetness must come from the saffron and jasmine, but I'll put it on to see if I can continue to smell this thing. So immediately putting it on the skin creates, there's immediately a sense of alcohol. And there is a sweetness that reminds me of cotton candy or something. Like you got some cotton candy and set it on fire, so it's kind of a richer taste or smell. But to me, as soon as I put it on, it immediately becomes very, very weak. But to other people, a lot of people don't tend to have that problem. Yeah, I mean, it's like almost disappearing as soon as I put it on, which I was surprised when I first tried it, because I thought, oh, is there something wrong maybe with this batch that I got? But then I did some research and found that a lot of people do seem to not be able to smell Baccarat Rouge 540 for some reason, which may seem like a very strange thing, because after all, you are supposed to be able to smell the perfume that you put on. But it seems that the reason why some people are not able to smell this perfume is maybe because of some of the synthetic chemicals and molecules that they use for this formulation, because it is designed to be extremely strong and extremely concentrated. It is an eau de parfum, so it's naturally going to be strong. And they also have an extrait version, an extract that's even stronger. And yeah, something about certain chemicals or molecules that are so large that they can actually block the receptors in your brain and your nasal cavities, that they block them in a way that you can't hardly smell the perfume. So for me right now, it smells very, very lightly sweet and yet spicy. It's a spicy sweetness, almost like cinnamon. But it's so light to me that I really have to, smell it directly. And I know for a fact that this is a strong smelling perfume, even though I can barely smell it myself, because I walked into a room while wearing, I suppose, quite a lot of this, and the people in that room could immediately smell the perfume. So that kind of proves that this perfume it is very, very strong, although some people are just unable to smell it. Some people are unable to smell it at all. I can detect a light sweetness. Mainly, I suppose I can only detect the top notes because I don't really get much of kind of the amber or the ambergris, or even the woody notes to me are quite faint, and which is a bit frustrating because I know that this is an extremely high quality, luxurious perfume. So I know there's some strategies to try and smell this scent more effectively, like spraying some on a piece of cloth and then leaving it in a different room and then walking into that room, so hopefully you are newly exposed to that scent where you could smell it. But this is overall, kind of putting aside people who are unable to smell it, most people can smell it. This is a type of scent that can really fill up an entire room, and it kind of sticks around even after a person leaves. So it's definitely very, very strong to most people. Some people find it almost unbearably strong, but of course, if you put too much on, that will be the case. The interesting thing about Baccarat Rouge 540 is that it gets its name, well, first of all, it was created in 2015 to kind of honor the 250th anniversary of Baccarat crystal, which is Baccarat, or Baccarat in French, is a very prominent and luxurious crystal brand that's been around since the 1700s. And I'm not really sure why they decided to make a perfume commemorating the occasion, but they did, and they named it Baccarat Rouge 540 because Baccarat has been known for producing a very unique type of red crystal, which is created from, they get some clear crystal, they add 24 karat golds to it, and then they heat it at the temperature of exactly 540 degrees, which turns the crystal red. So, interestingly, the regular eau de parfum of the Baccarat Rouge 540 is not red. The bottle is just kind of regular crystal. High quality crystal, but it's clear crystal mainly. But the extrait version of the perfume is the true Baccarat red crystal. So you'll be able to see that if you ever get to the extract version. For the main regular eau de parfum Baccarat Rouge, it is certainly something you will find in many luxurious environments like casinos, ritzy hotels, that sort of thing. And when it's out in the air, it's definitely a pleasant smell. It's slightly sweet, but it has that woodiness that always kind of grounds it. I don't think in general the amberwood or ambergris is too prominent. I obviously can't detect much of it in general, but I haven't seen many people enthusing about the smell of amber or anything. It's mainly the sweetness of the top notes and then the woodiness of the base notes that are the most prominent. There are also some synthetic chemicals mixed into this perfume, like hedione is quite a prominent one, which is meant to add a little bit of citrusiness, also floral notes. So that kind of adds an overall lightness to the perfume to counteract with definitely the heavier base notes. I would say overall that this perfume would be considered a heavy perfume because it is so concentrated. Especially the extrait. I don't know what the extrait smells like. I only have the eau de parfum, but I can imagine it would be very easy to use way too much. But in general, as long as you use the correct amount, I can see that this perfume would probably smell quite nice. And if you put too much on, it would definitely fumigate some people in the general vicinity. Overall, if you want to try a certified luxury perfume, Baccarat Rouge 540 is definitely a good option. That's pretty much all I have to say about this perfume, which I personally can't smell very much, but I know it smells good to most people who can smell it. So if you enjoyed the video, or if you are one of the people who can smell this perfume, like this video, maybe leave a comment, subscribe, and stick around for more videos.